Wedding plans, highlights.
What are some of the questions that individuals who are about to get married, so like I said, have already engaged, they're planning towards their big day, what are some of the questions that they should be asking?
Are you in debt? Number one, do you have student loans? Do you have credit card loans? Do you have any kind of loans that we should be pulling our resources together, consolidating, paying off? Number two, priority in terms of, do you own a home already? So if we already own a home, like maybe he owns a home and I'm moving in, so what, are you in debt? Where are we going to live? Are we buying or are we renting while we save up? Do you want a big wedding or do you want a small wedding?
Okay, big or small wedding.
There are different type of weddings.
Yeah.
We have weddings that is for the crowd. We have some that is for the city. We have weddings that is for Instagram. Like, we have different type of weddings.
And you find people are forgetting to have a genuine look at their finances to determine what kind of wedding they should have.
The two things that would break a marriage are communication and finances. And I haven't met a single person who had a big wedding who didn't say to me, Rebecca, I wish we didn't spend that much money. Not one person.
Can we talk about families being involved? Because again, marriage in itself is a family affair, two families coming together.
Before you bring it to family, I really believe you need to settle it with God, with yourself, and then you open it to family and friends. That way, because we're already united, we have a united front, we're strong in that. When we open it to family, we're not going to budge. It's like, well, this is what we're going to do respectfully.
Yes. How much should these people be involved?
Nigeria, there's this tribe they call the Yoruba, like the Yoruba people. You can't tell your parents that, Mom, I want to do a quiet wedding. The mother will scream that, hey, while I'm still alive, you want to have a small wedding? No. What happens to my family? What happens to my friend's friend? I will give them clothes. I will give them traditional. So the mother will now be telling you, our family members, our colleagues, the association she belonged to while she was on campus, honeymoon should be taken seriously. And when we say honeymoon now, it doesn't mean that you should fly to Bahamas or go to that luxury places. But make sure that you plan your honeymoon. It's very important because that is the first few period that you get to spend together. You see people, they'll get married today and next tomorrow they're back at work. I'm like, what happened?
There's a place in the Bible where God said that when a man gets married, so this was for military guys.
1 year.
And the reason God in his infinite wisdom did that is what Min.Israel was just touching on. There's a covenant,
right,
and a spiritual blessing and a positioning that marriage affords to you that, just living together doesn't. It isn't when you're about to get married that you're going to start having opinion with your family and your mom and your dad. And then he said to them, this is why I've come. What say you? They turned around and they looked at Rebecca, the mother, the father, the brothers, and they asked, will you go?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is there is agency for the couple. Let's not lie. The reason a couple will not have agency is because in every other aspect of your life with your parents, you didn't have agency.
Yeah. You've always been, quote unquote, a daddy's girl, a mommy's boy, right? And so they're the ones who've been making the decisions in your life. All this while, what makes you think that now you're about to get married, you're planning your big day, that they're not going to plan it for you?
Single people should allow their parents to earn their trust. They should know that you're able to make good decisions for your life. Right. So you should be able to make difficult decisions for your life. And that's not, it's not when you want to get married that you start making those decisions. Even before bringing a spouse, before you bring a spouse to the house, do something else. Let them know that, this my son is wise. This my daughter is, he has intelligence. Let them trust your judgment. Let them know that you can make good decisions for your life.
You are probably better off having the kind of wedding you can afford, and if people come to your wedding, whatever they give, those are financial gifts that you can make use of into your married life. When we're talking your wedding day, your marriage, and all that, absolutely. It's just so important to be in the driving seat as the Lord is ministering to you. And I think what people are forgetting is that all these people that are involved, they get to go home and they leave the two of y'all. My season 1 guest, pastor evangelist Peter Ekichuku, and he said, who said you have to have, you know, the 500, 1,000 people at your wedding? It can just be the bride's family, the groom's family, even if it's at the bride's home, a nice family meal, okay, is cooked. There's a pastor there to pronounce them as husband and wife before God and man. And if that pastor does not have the legal papers to say that he can join people in that way, like a legal document, y'all can go to the registry, go to the courthouse at some point and have that legalized, because then that is still a wedding ceremony.
Another tip where you have all the ceremonies in one day. There are ways. Have a DIY wedding.
Come on.
If the goal is for you to get married or you want to have a wedding, there are many ways to do it. So you don't need to follow a particular route. And the Bible says we should keep renewing our mind. Like, you should keep renewing your heart daily.
Do what is comfortable for you. They'll be like, okay, we're getting married. Okay, let's call in a fundraiser. And when that happens, just know you're not even in control. You are not even in control of what happened.
Wedding plans. Watch full video on the Maggie Mugai Show YouTube channel today.